everyone, I am Randy Suarez, aka Silver Crow to the back here with another amazing reaction. This time we're back with some more Shaman King 100 Kamen Rider Geats. It is basically Squid Games with superpowers. You have it, y'all, you guys, whoever never watched Kamen Rider Geats, that statement is true. All of it is true. It is literally like that. And the point that Geese is a top tier ore farmer. Oh yeah. But anyway, I digress. I'm not gonna keep y'all waiting any longer. So you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Shaman King 100. I will leave the link to this video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. Also, link to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me on those social platforms. Link to my Cashapp. Feel gracious enough to donate. Whatever you want to donate is fine. Don't, that's fine as well. Then there's two things. Also, link to the Discord. Come and join to the Crow's Nest. Talk amongst yourself. Have a jolly good time. But going back to the Cashapp, if you like donating anything, that's fine. Don't, that's fine as well. Same thing, super thanks. Like I said. But donate, like, comment, subscribe, sharing, all that good stuff. I enjoy your support. Lets me know you rock with the reaction content, rock with the channel, and rock with your boy. But further ado, buckle up and let's get started. Alright, we here with some more Shaman King 100 Kamen Rider Geats is basically Squid Games with superpowers. That is very much true, brother. Very much true. All I can say is, let's go.
We start this off on a beach with a mysterious woman approaching a man saying, "Congratulations, you're a Kamen Rider now." And the man in question is actually our main protagonist, known as Eights, and he looks at Shouty and nods and says, "You're goddamn right." But he's...
I love it. You had Walter White on this. To be basically on the first episode, yes. He like, yeah, you damn right I am.
Chosen to be part of this big game known as the Desire Grand Prix. But we'll get to that in a moment. We actually need to cut over to another one of our main protagonists known as Kiwa, who just botched his job interview. But that's nothing a good bowl of ramen can't fix until even that goes wrong. Talk about a bad day. As a whole bunch of big-headed monsters start wreaking havoc all over the place, trying to take our boy out, causing him and another woman to be caught up in the crosshairs. But luckily for them, 3 Kamen Riders appear. First one equipped with an arrow is a polar bear Kamen Rider, and the next one is, oh my, oh, look at that design. The purple detailing, the crossed eyes, the horns. Wait a minute, is this me? Yo,
oh man, the point that you like, wait a minute, this feels familiar. Why is it situating with me, resonating all over the way? This is me. Hey, to be honest, ever since he started doing the whole when he did the correct Violator, yeah, anything who dressed in purple and who's a badass, Violator.
It's either me or we got another Violator on the loose. Oh yeah, I can already tell you who finna be my favorite in this season. Oh, and if he wasn't cool enough, they gave him one of those Warhammer 40k chainsaw swords. Oh yeah, I'm here for the action.
Why? Here's the thing. It's like they have like exclusive Michael Bay contract when it comes to the explosions. And this look like a bomb-ass album cover. Like, seriously.
But of course, these 2 Kamen Riders are able to knock out the minions swiftly and get these 2 pedestrians to safety. But even though there's minions afoot, these 2 Kamen Riders have the time to talk ish to each other about who's going to win the Grand Prix. As they're arguing about points and rankings and showboating. But I can tell you right now, one of these Kamen Riders isn't going to be part of this equation anymore right about now. Oh, no, they done took the polar bear out quick. He didn't even get a noble sacrifice. He done got snuck by a slug. But luckily for everyone, the main character has arrived as Ace reveals that he is Kamen Rider Geats. And I ain't gonna lie, the design is fire. I believe it's inspired by one of those Kitsuna yokai, and it is a perfect match for our character's foxy nature. Oh, the thing even come with its own blicky. Nah, bro really aired out the place faster than a joke redacted. Joke redacted.
I understand why. Can we just experience another, let's just say, another incident a few weeks ago? Like, by the time it come out, it'll be like literally 2 weeks.
And bro, if you know these
The
shows,
pose.
these boys can turn whatever gun into another gun. His man done put a barrel on this thing and turned it to a sniper. As he started camp blasting the giant kaiju in the sky, and I will let you know now, he could have done more damage with a laser tag gun. But Geats realized that this technique is not working and he's gonna have to switch things up. Literally, yes, he does one of the most painful transitions I've ever seen. I mean, I see it flipped your colors around, but boy, is it worth it? Nah, Michael Bay must have been in the special effects department for this one. But
to be honest, again, when it comes to I'm tripping on my words now. I wouldn't be surprised somewhere down the line you do see a bit of Michael Bay names in some of these Kamen Rider stuff. Cause the explosion, the style, definitely.
either way, this is the power-up he needed to tackle this monster, and oh no, their fault. But actually, that was all part of Geats' plan to get on this kaiju's back somehow. And as he wreaked havoc on it, he prepared for a kick to knock this man out of existence, taking down this giant flying kaiju slug.
Why do they always overthrow with an explosion? Like, oh my god, so freaking cool.
But with
hey man, sorry about that. I never got a chance to mention that. Yeah, I'm part of this video. Yeah. But shout outs to Shaman King for this one, man. I'm definitely down to do more because at the end of the day, to be honest, Kamen Rider Geats, he's about that. He is about that. And again, they are fine with the explosions, so definitely. And there's several others that will gladly do that too as well. He just number one with it. Yeah.
that, Kamen Rider Geats actually becomes the winner of this Desire Grand Prix. But when a winner like Geats is crowned, all the damage the Jamotos have done is reset, people are brought back, and the world is reset as a whole, allowing the winner of each tournament to rewrite the world the way they see fit. And what was Kamen Rider's Geats' wish? Well, just to be rich and famous. Yeah, this is the best time to tell you that Kamen Rider Geats is going to be a lot different from the other protagonists that we've covered on this.
Yeah, he does have his moments that he's very kind-hearted, but he's as I said, like sly as a fox, but there's another word for it. Kind of an asshole. Let's put it that way. He's kind of an asshole.
But don't think that the story ends here, as our boy is allowed to go to the tournament as much as he wants, as long as he doesn't die. And I preface that as Kiwa and a whole myriad of other people are chosen as the next Kamen Rider participants for the next Desire Grand Prix. But if you're liking the video so far, make sure to like and subscribe as we get to the next chapter of this video. But yeah, a lot happened that first episode, but I think it's a good time.
Also, I have to mention the intro for this, tough. Very tough intro, like, if anything, that's a banger, like, opening, literally.
To start explaining a lot of what's going on to you as all the contestants have been gathered. First, let's note some of the main characters that we'll be following for it, which will be 4 in particular. Of course, we have Ace, aka Kamen Rider Geats, being our main Kamen Rider. Kiwa, who will be known as Kamen Rider Tycoon. My boy Mishinaga, aka Buffer, you know what I'm saying, the Violator. You know, I'm gonna show a little favoritism. And Neon you know, she gotta be the cat girl Kamen Rider, you know what I'm saying? But simply aside, these are the 4.
Hey man, not Kamen Rider Nago. Definitely.
Notable ones for now, as we also have a whole myriad of other contestants that will be coming in and out, as we have 30 contestants fighting in this Grand Prix to make their wishes come true. But you've either heard me say Grand Prix or Desire Grand Prix a few times now, and I'm pretty sure you're curious on what I'm actually talking about. Well, the curators actually start explaining this to combatants, and I'll break this down the best way I can to you. See, mysterious invaders known as Jamoto are invading Earth, but we don't know why. So the Desire Grand Prix,
let's just say I'm also don't know why either. I also don't know why. But something tells me when he do this again, we're gonna find out.
Was formed to combat against them. And we still don't know much about it or the people that are organizing it. But in layman's terms, this is how we get a Kamen Rider Battle Royale. Oh, and I know you started hitting your favorite Fortnite emo when I said that.
In the weirdest way, it does give off Fortnite vibes, but for keeps. So, Like he said, like Squid Games. Yeah.
But it is a battle royale just like Fortnite or the Hunger Games. But with game mechanics kind of like Alice in Borderland. But yeah, that's a cool concept, but why would average random people fight and risk their lives in such a game? Well, that's where you need a great motivator, and where better else than pulling something straight out of the Fate series.
Yep.
Just like the Holy Grail, you are able to wish for anything you want, even reshaping the world the way you see fit. When I say that these wishes can be anything, I mean it. We go from one guy who wants to wish for world peace all the way to another crazy guy who wants to erase all of humanity because he broke his leg one time.
He literally want to become Thanos, just because he broke his leg. All right, my man, you a psychopath. Definitely a psychopath.
Like my boy, you could have just wished for that to never happen. I'm just saying, when your first option is to go full Scarlet Witch, you probably need to think about some more options. But now that they're caught up and you're caught up, let's get into the first game for these contestants. As they get dropped in with no suits and have to fight all these monsters barehanded.
Oh,
but
wow.
people like Geats and Buffa, who are no stranger to this, are able to beat the loot boxes out of
For
these
real.
guys. And no, that is not a hyperbole. These are actually loot boxes. As these loot boxes contain things known as rise buckles. That's basically the way our Kamen Riders get new weapons and equipment. And these things can vary wildly, from a big overpowered suit of armor able to one-shot bosses, or end up like Geats and get a water gun. Yeah, boy, this thing feels real pay to win, I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, quality may vary, but everything is pretty usable in some extent, especially in the right hand. But with that quick scrap, the first round of the first game is over, and oh my god, what happened to the other contestants?
They gotta go. Here's the thing, like I said, it's a battle royale, and when it comes to battle royales, there's some winners and definitely some losers.
Bro, that was only the first round and we're already down to a handful of people. This thing is not balanced. And there is no time to mourn as these contestants get thrown in straight into round two. This time at least starting in their Kamen Rider forms, and as you can see, these things are kind of naked. Well, that's where the gimmick of the series kind of shows, as because the only notable feature that will remain constant with these Kamen Riders are their headpieces, as they will be switching armor pieces and sets a lot through this show. Which I gotta say I like, because you get to see a myriad of infinite combinations. Take for example when the Owl Kamen Rider that met with the mini boss and got blown all the way down to a river bay. And Kiwa, just trying to help out watching this man die in front of him, decides to ask Geats for help, and Geats is like, alright Brody, I'll help you, but you gotta give me that rare piece you got. So man obliges, and Geats is able to turn into Ken right in front of us with every kick he throw turning into fire. We even got the water gun doing magic now. And he ends up doing that very painful looking transformer sequence. But now having more context on it, this is actually a way to make your armor pieces flip-flop position. So instead of our boy being stuck with a water gun, he's able to bring it to his legs and now becomes a straight-up water bender. Which, in realizing this, makes me love the gimmick and mechanic of this show even more. As you can see, there's even more limitless amount of potential.
It is. It's one of those things I probably say what the best way I can put it, what attracted me to the show Kamen Rider Geats in general. It's so much opportunity to switch and mix. It's literally like, oh, this one doesn't go, fine, I got this one, boom. That doesn't, if I switch it to it this way, I could whoop your ass in this time. It's a like unique way to whoop somebody's ass with freaking buckles, but it works.
Between the armor pieces that each Kamen Rider has, and is really dependent on the creativity of each Kamen Rider to see what they can do with it.
Yeah.
But of course, with this power up, he is able to punch a hole straight through this monster, and Tycoon is very thankful. But he approaches Geats like, yo sir, can I please get my piece back now, please? This is where Geats has to break it down to him that the buckle that he has was only good for a one-time use.
Yeah.
So Geats, being the fox that he is, just tricked this man into using the one tool that he had. And this will be the best part for me to rip the band-aid off for you and let you know now that Kamen Rider Geats is kind of a dick.
Yeah, he is. He is. Sly's a fox, but he's a dick. He's a dick.
which is a real change of pace for the other Kamen Riders that we've covered thus far. But I find it funny and refreshing, so I'm here for it. But with that, Geats is the winner of the first game, and with that, we get to spend a little time with some of the remaining Kamen Riders that we have, as they can go back to their real lives and doing what they need to do, or they can chill in this nice little R&R area that even has its own charming butler. And oh snap, we even get a little bit of diversity this season. Okay, Geats. With that, let's get into the second game of this tournament, which was straight up Call of Duty Zombies. And Geats and Buffa, like two guys talking ish in a Call of Duty lobby, start taking bets like, yo bro, if I rank higher than you, I get to have your armor piece. How about that? Oh, and Buffa, the type that never back down, says, okay, I'll bet that up, and instantly loses it after the first wave. But it's a good thing that Geats got this from Buffa, because as the second wave started, things started to go left quick, as the new Polar Bear Kamen Rider was losing his ish and tried to kill Neon, which to know, attacking another Kamen Rider contestant loses you points. But man didn't care, since he was bit by a zombie, he was trying to take everyone down.
Yeah, again, people are like this sometimes, like this crazy panda guy, polar bear, panda, whatever you want to call it. Dude's crazy.
With him. And if you could tell this is the guy that wished for the world to die because he broke his leg, you would be right. Luckily for Neon, Geats knows how to save the booty, and he started whooping everybody behind. Nah, this polar bear thought he wanted to smoke, but he wasn't ready for what Geats was dishing out. Man even had to try to snipe my boy, but Geats is so far with it, he hit that painful looking transformation to dodge the bullet, then kick the zombie up to block this guy's view of sight, and knock the stupid out of this man. But sadly, either way, this madman did accomplish what he wanted to do and got Neon bit, which for her means the time is ticking. There is some good news that Geats gives, saying that, hey, if we can finish this game in time, it will reverse all damages that these guys do, probably even the zombification. But Neon saddened, feels like, hey, just in case I don't make it, I have some things to say to my mother. So she starts come marching in, and her mom gives her a nice
Ooh, I forgot about that part too. Here's the thing, her mom is scared. Because apparently, something in the past, something happened. Let's just say deal with a little snatch and grab of her. And the person didn't want it at ransom, the best way I can put it. And after that, her mom became beyond overprotected. So, yeah, that slap, it may not be justified. It's not justified, let's put it that way. It's not justified.
Really doesn't have to do much with the story. I just really wouldn't have had to seen it. But yeah.
But like I said, it's one of those things. Is her mother was like overprotecting, like capitalized.
Back to the games, even though this guy tried to sabotage them, our heroes were able to defeat all of the zombies, saving Neon. But because this guy was trying to sabotage them the whole time, he was no longer fit to be a Kamen Rider, being what they called retired. But with Neon saved and the crazy guy out of here, it's time for the third game of this Grand Prix. And this is where the tournament turns from a Grand Prix into Big Brother, as a whole bunch of drama and backstabbing starts to happen. Because for this game, each contestants are paired up in groups of 2. But as you can see, there's only 5 of them, meaning one of them gets the short end of the straw, getting paired up with a character known as Punk Jack, a guy who's mute and cannot take off his mask, which is really bad since this game is card themed and it really depends on your communication skills with your partner to solve it. And I'm just gotta say, these little villain guys are really starting to grow on me. I mean, they're really down for the bit. They really done took and dressed up as one of them Alice in Wonderland card guys. But the
like, definitely A for creativity for that. I'm like, at the end of the day, like, bro, y'all a bunch of theater kids. Y'all may be monsters or villains, but yeah, y'all alright, man. Alright, I see y'all, okay.
Trying to figure out what they're supposed to do, just go in for the attack trying to destroy these monsters, and Eva Buffa trying to do a point blank shot does not kill these guys.
When I first saw that, like, bro, he had his foot on his chest, point the barrel, and unloaded.
and they're gonna have to start realizing the real rules of the game. But because of this failure, it starts to get at some of the team, forcing them to communicate, which Tycoon and Buffa start having an actual heart-to-heart on some things, where Buffa reveals that he's kind of more of a cold character because of what has happened in previous games, where he has seen some of his friends die to these other Kamen Riders.
And this is when he wasn't even part of the game. Literally, he was oblivious to it. And due to the fact that, like, his friend, he saw his friend who was part of this game vanish.
Tells Tycoon if he wants to survive, he's gonna have to toughen up. And he'll have to do it quick because Mary, the other Kamen Rider, decides that he doesn't want Punk Jack as a member no more and wants to switch teams. And he gets what he wishes for by paying for it. And leaves Tycoon at a major disadvantage because he's partnered with Punk Jack now, and that he gave his piece that he got from this game over to Geats so he could help get Buffa's piece back. But Buffa really have growing a relationship with Tycoon, doesn't want this to be his end, and feels like Mary does not fit for this tournament, and decides to betray him and partner back up with Tycoon. And as they figure out that they need to pair the cards together, are able to overcome this game, knocking Mary and Punch out of the tournament. But with our final 4 protagonists standing, it is time for them to handle the final boss and to see who's gonna win this iteration of the Grand Prix. So when these boys hop off the battle bus and drop down to the new location.
Hop off the battle bus. I see what you did there. Okay.
They come to find out that the boss is a little underwhelming. Emphasis on the little. Oh, and Buffa thinking to himself like, oh, ha, ha, this is about to be an easy win. Unbeknownst to him, this boss sees in Call of Duty split screen vision, meaning he's a problem. Would teleport to Buffa, hit him with the... Nah, he hit Buffa so hard he wasn't even sure if he was one of the protagonists anymore. He was like, yo, am I a one-off character? Please, no. Nah, this little gremlin's fast. Luckily, they don't have to catch him, as the game for him is kick the can. So the 4 riders are like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. They dive on in. But the tournament advisors forgot to tell them the other rule, where this thing is pretty much a can of Monster Energy, and if the final boss drinks it, he can do stuff like this. Nah, he don't really put his hands on our people. Like, nah, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Oh, and our Kamen Riders realize they ain't gonna be able to do this solo, and they gotta team up. Geats pulls up to Tycoon out of battle, being like, yo, bro, I'm gonna need you to put your own to the next one. Trust me, bro. And Tycoon, trusting Geats for some reason, decides...
He did this not once, not twice, but 3 other times. I was infuriated once the 3rd one. I was like, bro, you trusting this man again? No!
It's to put everything he has into fighting the boss, just to be revealed that he was the decoy for the mission, just so Geats could get a new armor piece. So let me iterate this again. Geats is kind of a...
You know, you were hella wrong for what you did.
What are you talking about?
And yeah, because of Geats' power-up, he was able to kick the can, but it didn't matter because the monster caught the can, denying them the victory. But Tycoon, feeling so betrayed by Geats, says, I am not going to trust you for the rest of my life, which sadly isn't going to be long.
Yeah. But he's had a right to say it, I mean, to be honest. Because, dude, like, Geats, again, yes, he is like a fox. Lying like one too.
They pull up to the monster yet again. Tycoon ends up taking the brunt of the force that the monster is unleashing. And Geats try to use our boy as a decoy again so he could get a lick in on the monster. Luckily, that buckle said denied and equipped itself onto Tycoon, as it sought him as the rightful owner of the piece.
Which is the perfect time to explain this, just in case some of y'all are still watching. Really, guys? Really? Okay. When it comes to these riders individually, like with the Magnum, Zombie, and Beats, which is something that's gonna happen in another season, but still though, and like we get there too, we will get there. But let's go with Zombie and Magnum. This matches with the Kamen Rider's ID core or personality of the Kamen Rider, which is Magnum from Geats, Zombie for Buffa, in this case, Ninja for Tycoon.
And boys, when I tell you that...
And when it resonates, it resonates.
and turned him into a real-life shonin of the elite village. I am not saying this as a hyperbole, as man uses the log version of the substitution jutsu straight from the anime. And oh yeah, our boy was feeling the power up. He was dang near Naruto running into Area 51 with
yes,
it.
sir.
Oh, nah, man was really putting work over here on Cactus Jack. Poison Ivy would have been pissed what she would see being done to this plant. Boy was schmoving across, man, easy breeze. But with putting his all into it, he opened an opportunity for the other Kamen Riders to kick the can. But this is where our boy would be falling out of the competition as his buckle piece broke. And sadly, this is where his death is kind of in vain because the final boss literally moved the goalpost and is still around. So the game organizers, realizing that the Kamen Riders are going to need a little more help defeating this boss, the game master himself steps in to help, gifting them each an egg, which you can guess it contains a loot box. Nah, I know Ubisoft would be proud right now, saying that the power-ups inside will help them defeat the boss for good. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what this guy was smoking because what Buffa and Neon got was kind of useless. I mean, boy got a drill and Shawty got a helicopter blade. And when you compare that to what Geats gets getting a whole new armor piece, I feel like my boy's got the short end of the stick. But bro, the armor piece Geats get called the monster armor.
Yeah, she was tight.
But my favorite part gotta be the belt with the little sleepy monster on it, and he got a slap to wake up so he can get to work. But my boy done put all the power he had to go plus ultra and knock this final boss out for good, letting our Kamen Riders save the day yet again. But that also means that Geats wins the Grand Prix again. And that means he gets to fulfill his wish, which might be even weirder than the first one, as he wishes the Grand Prix organizers to be his family? And we also learned that the Game Master also happens to be that butler that I briefly mentioned that's there when they're in their R&R place. But another charming character having a twist like this, I can't keep taking it, Kamen Rider. But yeah, they might have finished the Grand Prix already, but that doesn't mean they're not going to keep doing it again and again. Because as you might be able to tell, Geats is wishing for small things because he doesn't really want much. The thing he truly wants is to know the truth behind the Grand Prix organizers. As in, what's the truth of the Jimoto? Why did they keep calling the Grand Prix a production and show? How are they even able to fulfill these wishes that people ask for? Well, all that will have to wait for the next time we cover Kamen Rider Geats. But shout out to my boy Silva Crow for helping me out with the video and coming to Cameo. Check out his channel, he's cool people. We'll be finishing Kamen Rider builds next, so make sure you're subscribed for that and check out those videos if you haven't.
Hey, shout out to Shaman King 100. Hey, it was my pleasure, brother. It was my pleasure. And we know we got to go spin this back for round 2 for Kamen Rider Geats. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. And definitely check out Shaman King 100. So if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Shaman King 100. I will leave the original link to this video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. Until next time, please take care of yourself, stay hydrated, stay safe, stay warm. Peace out.
And little questions is everything they know about you. No way.